What is good, YouTube? It's been a minute since I've done a video, and I've just got a general topic for you guys. And before you thumbs down, I know you're gonna be all shocked and surprised by the title, but the question relates to an objective standpoint, not a subjective standpoint. Whereas, do I think collecting shoes is stupid? No, not necessarily. Am I always going to have a passion for shoes? Yes. Um, this video kind of ties in a little bit with Hess Kick's video. I'll link his video on the bottom and try and link my video to his. But basically, I just want to discuss your guys' thoughts on collecting shoes in general. Now, to me, it's something that stems from a passion of mine. I grew up loving shoes, watching the athletes that wore them, all that sort of stuff. And basically, I it kind of takes me back to those memories. Now, I think that other people may look at shoes and say, "You're a grown man collecting shoes. What's your issue?" But to me, it isn't necessarily the shoes that's the issue. I think there's two different types of people, and I actually thought about writing a book about this for a while, but that's never gonna happen. So if you want the idea, take it. Basically, to me, I have always collected something in my life, always. It's just my personality. I like collecting things. Um, some people, like my brother, they've never collected anything in their life, don't understand what the point of collecting anything is. But basically, I grew up collecting the first two things that I really started getting into. Well, actually, they all kind of happened around the same time. But I collected coins, um, sports cards, and autographs. And coins basically kind of stopped when my grandma died. It was something that both her and I kind of enjoyed doing. She used to be a banker, so she had a lot of old coins, and I just like collecting them because I knew that they were at least always going to be worth the dollar amount on the coin, so I couldn't go wrong just for collecting them. And now, when I look back on them, I still have all of them. It could end up setting me up for a good retirement. It's kind of the same thing with the basketball cards and the autographs. Collected basketball cards till I was in high school, till I graduated high school. I still have. I tried to collect autograph cards of all the 50 greatest players. So I've got autograph cards of Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Stuff like that's always going to maintain its value. And as far as the autographs go, I collected autographs until my first year of law school, really, and that was always a huge passion of mine. And my dad was big into photography, so he would take a lot of pictures, and I'd have the athletes sign them. Like you can kind of see, I've shown in previous videos before, but in the background there, that's a Derrick Rose, Darren Williams picture on U of I's floor, and both of them signed it. Now, that's another thing that could set me up nicely for retirement, but the only main reason I stopped doing that was because it just started getting weird. Um, Considering that now the majority of the stars in the NBA are younger than I am, so like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, all these guys are younger than me. And to me, I don't have any kids yet, so to me it was just kind of a little weird getting an autograph from someone that was younger than me. And not only that, but I kind of realized like everybody's a person. We're all here on earth for just a short period of time. It doesn't matter who you are, the president, Michael Jordan, you're still a human being. And to me, it just kind of, I saw it in that sense as being kind of pointless. And when I said that to a couple of my friends, they're like, yeah, but you got a nice retirement set up. I was like, true, true. And the stuff that I do have, I'm glad and I'll probably always display. but it's something that I just don't see or feel the need to do anymore. And that's semi how I feel about shoes at this point. And the other issue about shoes is it's getting to the point where at least in my opinion, they're starting to lose some of their value because of the number of shoes that are being produced. And I think the value of a lot of shoes is going to go down in the future. Now, that's just my hypothesis, could be wrong. But to me, last year, 2012, was the best year I can remember for sneakers. So the previous like 3 or 4 years, actually go back all the way to grade school for me. Go back all the way to grade school. I would get 2 or 3 pairs of shoes a year. Um, Back in grade school, I'd usually have basketball shoes, walking shoes, shoes for school, that sort of thing. Um, and once I got to high school, I was buying the shoes myself. So I'd usually buy 2 or 3 pairs a year on my own. And I did that every year until last year, basically. Um, the year previous, I got the Concords and the Black Cements. And I think that's all that I got in 2011. And then the year previous, I got the Cool Grays and the Flint 13s. And that's all I got, I believe. And I basically did that for several years. I got 2 or 3 of, in my opinion, what the best releases each year were. But last year there were so many, and I didn't have any expenses to worry about. I lucked out and got a scholarship to school, and my dad's helping me pay for my apartment. So really, and I finally got a job last year working at the veterans clinic at my school. So I had a little bit of expendable income that I could just basically use on whatever I wanted, on dates, movies, hanging out with friends, shoes, all that sort of stuff. And not only that, but last year, in my opinion, was hands down the best year. I already said that, but the the Jordan 11 is my all-time favorite shoe. And I've got the only 3 colorways that I want in that shoe: the Concords, the Breads, and the 11s. And other than that, the Red Eagle Penny 5s and the Area 72 Max 2013s are the only, those 2 shoes are really amazing to me. And basically, I'm to the point where I've got like 30 plus shoes, and I like all of them, but I haven't even worn probably 6 or 7 pairs of them. And it's like, what is the point really? I feel no need to be spending all this money for shoes that I may not even wear. And that brings me to a quick sub topic. I'm going to touch on this real quick. Reselling shoes. How do I feel about it? I don't have a problem with the resellers themselves. I've got an issue with the people that pay the resale price. I've said that in a lot of my videos. Now, have I resold shoes? Yes. Do I think what I did was wrong or bad, based on what a lot of people on these sneaker boards say? No. I've only resold maybe 3 or 4 shoes in maybe 6 or 7 years, and 3 of them weren't my size, and the 4th one I had a double of. So to me, if I can make a little extra money and not lose out on anything, I'm gonna sell the shoe. I sold the Big Bang LeBrons that weren't my size. I sold the the All-Star LeBrons that weren't my size, and I sold I forget, I had an extra of something else that I sold. And to me, there's a difference between doing that and targeting every release just to resell the shoes. Like, for example, the guy at the Shoeseum built the majority of his collection through reselling. Like, he would get multiple pairs, buy when he saw a discount, and then resell because he knew the shoe was valuable. And I personally don't see an issue with that. The one thing that did kind of annoy me was when families or groups of people would essentially make people lose out on the shoes because they were buying in bulk and no one had a passion for the sneakers. It was just strictly to resell. But even then, you can't fault that person for trying to make money. That's how our economy goes. It was just kind of an annoyance of mine because it hindered my ability to get the shoes. So it was just kind of a personal problem. But back to the topic of shoe collecting and basically where I see myself going. I, at this point, I've got enough money to buy shoes that I want, but there's nothing that's really stood out to me. And there have been shoes that I've kind of wanted this year that I've passed on, like the Bread 13s. I really love that shoe. There's a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's just like they come out and I'm like, do I really need that? Like I'm still getting around to wearing a lot of my shoes. And previous to last year, I would basically wear my shoes till they wore out or got kind of beaten, and then I would get new shoes. Like I'm just in the point of excess, and it's something that I don't think is going to maintain its value. Like the shoes to me are just to wear, and I don't need a different pair of shoes for every single day of the year. Now I'm not faulting anybody that does this or has that large of a collection. And really, maybe one day, once I have a full-time job and I have a decent amount of expendable income, I could see myself doing that. But at this point, I'm taking the bar exam this summer, trying to get ready for the real world. Gonna try and get some sort of legal job, I'm assuming, and at this point, I'm just trying to save every penny I can so I give myself a good cushion after I'm done with law school. So I can go for several months without having to worry about do I have a job or not, all that sort of stuff. And in addition to that, there haven't been as many shoes that I've wanted this year. I would say that the the Georgetown questions, I still plan on getting. They came out They came out today, actually, I think. And I'm just waiting. I've got a bunch of those Foot Locker gift cards that they sent to the wrong address, so I'm waiting to get those. And those will probably end up costing me maybe like $50. So to me, that isn't a big hit, and that's a really nice looking shoe. But other than that, I've got basically every shoe I could ever want. I'm not a big hype guy. I just like the shoes that I like. And I'm probably going to work on wearing these for the next couple of years. I'll probably pick up a couple here and there. But to me, at this point, I'm satisfied with what I have. That's just my personal take. And I just want to say, guys, stick with me, stick with this channel. I will still have a lot of sneaker debates, and from time to time I'll have pickups. Hopefully I'll have those Georgetown questions. And in addition to that, when I graduate, another thing I'm saving my money for is a really nice camera. Like I'm not talking about HD quality. Like I'm talking about a seriously nice camera, like something I could shoot documentaries with. So it'll probably cost me a couple $1,000s, but I'm assuming mid to the end of summer I will have that. So sometime this year, expect my video content to go way, way up. Other than that, that was just my short little discussion on this. I'd be interested in what you guys have to say, kind of the mind of a collector versus a normal person, and how other people view you that don't collect sneakers, and the things they say to you. I'm just kind of interested in hearing your guys' feedback. This was kind of a discussion based on Kick's video, but I had thought about this idea prior to him coming out with it. But as soon as he came out with it, I was like, I definitely got to do it now. I think I've got a few more videos coming up, but I figure I'd just do this one real quick and let me know your guys' thoughts. Take it easy. Peace.